My name is AJ, and I challenge what is physically possible for transgender people. So if you came here from my TikTok video, I just want to say thank you for all the support. And because it's come to my attention that there's a lot of trans creators who are scamming kids out of hundreds and thousands of dollars with their workout programs, I figured it's my duty to let you guys know information that literally should be free and is free. I didn't know that people still bought workout programs and that was like scamming was such an issue, because there's genuinely so much free information on the internet that you don't need to purchase anything. So without further ado, the main point of my body as a whole is lean and proportions. 2 points: the leanness and the proportions. Sorry, I'm like trying to get so much out. I get excited talking about this kind of stuff. But the first thing that I did to build the body that I have is I built a foundation. So obviously pre-testosterone, I wasn't really able to get the leanness that men have, just because the fat redistribution patterns, etc. So I focused obviously on the upper body, but don't ever neglect the legs. I wanted a sleek male model type look, not bulky bodybuilder. I actually never bulked and cut ever. And some people might be surprised to hear that. But in my opinion, my life has been, it was like a 6-year bulk pre-testosterone into the first year or two. And then about a year or two cut to reveal everything that I built. And then ever since then, it's just a matter of maintaining it, which is actually extremely easy at this point. And the main thing that you want to do is work on your proportions from your shoulders to your waist. And how you do this is building up, obviously, your shoulders, but it's your shoulders, your upper back, and then the thing that actually reveals that, though, is your diet. So you can do all that and you can build all the muscle, but you're still low-key not going to have the look that you want if you're plus percentages of body fat that don't reveal that, if that makes sense. So, like, I already had all the muscle that I have now pre-testosterone. And yes, I've gotten a little bit stronger, but it's also been like 8 years. So relatively speaking, that's like a very natural progression. And in regards to the leanness, so I would look up the golden ratio. It's like the Greek term it's 1 point something for how wide your shoulders should be in proportion to your waist. And I think it's like 1.6 or 1.8 your shoulder should be times your waist. So if your waist is like 30, then your shoulder should be like at least 45 inches, I'm speaking. So that's something to definitely look into. There's tons of free information about that, but look up the golden ratio. Okay, next thing is to actually build that foundation and get that muscle. What you want to do is focus on strength. And the thing that I see like all the time with these people that are scamming people with their programs is, I guarantee you it's going to be fucking 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps, do chest flies and spam lat raises. No, dude, like there's a time and a place for those exercises, but actually most of my body was built off of straight up calisthenics because, for lack of a better term, I was really broke in college and I couldn't afford a gym membership. So I bought myself a pull-up bar. I bought myself some blocks to do handstand push-ups and different kind of cool shit on. And the stronger I got, the cooler I looked. And that's really is how it goes. Because the thing about when you build strength is that you look cool all the time. When you're bodybuilding and you're doing like 1 million sets and reps on the same freaking body part, like, yeah, you're going to be really pumped at the end of that workout. But after that and the next day, you're going to look like shit. And also the whole idea of like working one body part per day never ever appealed to me, because I feel like my body should be trained as a whole. It feels most natural to me. So I could do like a upper split and a lower split. That's something that I did for a long time too, or even like a push and pull. But even then, like with the push and pulls, I was incorporating like chest and legs on my push, and maybe like hamstrings and my back on my pull. It was never like one body part per day. I think that that's really stupid. Like when you build true strength, that muscle's always there. So then when you get chiseled, it doesn't matter if you're out eating burgers and fries or cake, like you're still gonna look sick as long as you maintain a moderate diet. So those are my tips about the diet. If you wanted to know like more about food, protein is important, but it is not nearly as important as everybody says it is. It's also a scam with all of these things that come out with protein infused supplements. Like, I do not eat protein bars. I can't tell you the last time I had a protein shake was probably when I was like 18 years old. I literally just eat real food. I love steak. I love eggs. I love steak and eggs together. Big chicken guy, like potatoes are good. Obviously you want to be getting lots of fruits and vegetables too. Truthfully, I kind of suck in the vegetable category, but I think I make up for it with the amount of fruit I eat. You can also allow yourself flexibility in your diet, and that's important to say. Like, going off the point of I've never bulked and cut, I wanted to create a lifestyle and an eating pattern for myself that would be sustainable forever. I don't think it's healthy for your brain, like unless you're in, boxing or like extreme sports that require it. The whole idea of starving yourself and then eating excessively, it's just I don't know, it's like a big turnoff to me. That's like all I have to say about it. I think that like mindfully eating is the way to go, and contrary to what people think, you can actually cut and grow muscle, especially if you're a beginner. Now, maybe if you've been at it for 10 plus years like I have, it's going to be a lot harder to do that, but I've also milked out all of the gains pretty much like weight and strength wise that I'm ever going to have naturally, and I'm more than okay with that. Like, for my body weight, I've become so fucking strong that like if I were to push myself anymore, my joints would they would dissipate. And I don't want to do that. I want to take care of myself. I want to be healthy for my future kids. And that's also really important, is longevity. Like, you, again, don't need to be in the gym 5 days a week. My entire body was built off of a max of 3 days per week. I even tapered that down to once a week for about 3 years. And that is truly when I made the most insane strength gains that I've ever made. During that time that I was working out once a week, I actually achieved a 1-arm muscle up, and like that was a huge landmark for my life so far. It's something I always wanted to do, and it's also something that, like, cis or not, most people, men included, can't do that in the world. So that was like a huge achievement for me, and it took me no more than one very hard training session for 1 hour once a week. Now, I'm not, if you're just starting, I'm not promoting that you only go to the gym once a week. I think 3 days is the sweet spot when you're a beginner. But, I nowadays, like when I'm trying to maintain, once or twice a week, and that's it. I've even, like, if I go on vacation or I just want to focus on bringing up other areas of my life, I'll go weeks, even months sometimes. I had a shoulder injury last year, and I went months without touching a weight or doing anything gym or fitness related whatsoever, just because it caused me pain. And do you know what happened to my body? Absolutely fucking nothing. Because I had been training so hard for so long that my muscles had all the memory. It's not like it's just gonna go away. But when you're doing like 15 reps of shit and you're doing it a million times, you take that away and your body's like, we don't need to hang on to this muscle. But when you're really training hard and you're really pushing for strength gains, which is the most important thing, your body doesn't forget. Your body's not stupid. It's just that people are stupid and they don't listen to their bodies. And that's literally the number one cause of why people are so unhappy with their bodies and can't seem to ever get to where they want to be. So, working out, you focus on strength each week. you want to be adding weight or reps to your things that you're doing. I truly think, my opinion is 1 to 2 sets max per body part is what you should be doing 3 days a week. That's for any body part. You don't need to work your chest out a million times more than your legs. I actually trained my chest the least just because of some joint things I had going on and some stuff that I kind of fucked up when I was treacherously binding for so many years. But it doesn't matter, because it's that one set that last week you were at 5 reps on at 135, and now this week you ate the right things, you rested properly, and now you just did that for 7 reps. That's what's going to make the difference, and that's what's going to get you the body that you want. So that's as far as strength goes. Diet, like I said, you want to keep it clean, but you also want to enjoy it. I think that everybody's different, and you really just need to listen to yourself and what works for your body to make you feel good. Obviously, you have to have a little bit of discipline when you're trying to cut. So the thing is, though, like, the difference between cutting and bulking is the difference of 2 extra potatoes at dinner. And that's the thing. Like, it's not an extra 1,000 calories of junk food. And that's where people also go very wrong. Like, when I'm cutting, I'll just take out basically like most of the sweets that I eat. Not all of them, because I'd go crazy. I have such a sweet tooth. But I eat a lot of pastries, especially in the morning. Like, I had like 4 eggs and half a cake the other day for breakfast. And that makes me feel good. But then I don't go ahead and eat junk food for the rest of the day. Like, that's when my body craves that. I'm going to give it. Because then later in the day, I'm craving steak and vegetables and healthy things. So you want to find what works for you that you can sustain, that's also getting you closer to your goals. So if you're cutting, you're going to want to not eat a ton of sweets. I don't really drink soda really at all. Not because I think it's bad. Sometimes it's great, but I just don't like it. But like sugar, you want to keep to a minimum if you're really trying to get in shape to see visible abs, I should say. And when you're bulking, just make sure you're getting a little bit of extra protein. And I'm talking like 10, 20 grams here. That's like half a chicken breast. And that's it. And obviously, the most important thing to sum this all up is that you need to stay consistent. I can't tell you a time, prior to like when I got older and I had some joint things going on, that I ever missed a week or a gym session. And that's not because I was so dedicated. Like, yes, that's true, but it's because I wasn't in the gym 5 days a week. So I literally had to hold myself back from going to the gym so that I would recover. The space in between workouts made me so excited and refreshed to go in and get stronger and fucking crush the workout. And that's also another huge mental point of why you don't want to burn yourself out. Because again, it's not sustainable. You want to build something that's sustainable, and for the people that are transitioning, that's going to carry you gracefully into your testosterone transition, if that's the path that you're on right now. But whether you're on it or not, all of these things apply. So I hope that this helps you. And if you guys have questions or things that I didn't touch on, or you want me to go further in depth about a topic, like, I would honestly be more than happy to, because once again, I think it's pretty pathetic that we're still getting scammed when it comes to our birthright of having the body we desire. And I do believe that it's a birthright. It's just that society makes it very hard for people to stay in shape. And that's fair. Like, we have everything working against us when our biology is wired to go out and hunt food, but yet we have fast food places within 20 feet of each other everywhere you go. And not to mention the fact, like, I live in America, and don't even get me started on how terrible most of the food is and all of the garbage that's put in it. But you can't stress about everything. You got to just live your life and make do with what you have. But if you really make a point to help yourself, you're gonna see the results. So, like I said, thank you so much, and I hope this helps.